And I'm here to talk about Good Friday. But before I talk about Good Friday, I want to talk about what happens the night before when Jesus and his disciples are at the Garden of Gethsemane praying. Matthew, Mark, and Luke all record Jesus saying something along the lines of, "My Father, if it is possible, take this cup from me. Let this hour pass, but not my will, but your will." What we can see here is that Jesus doesn't really want to die, but he is willing to die. Mark 14:36 highlights the fact that all things are possible for God. Nonetheless, Jesus is still seized and arrested and tried before Jewish officials that night. So what we can see is that Jesus has to die on the cross. There's literally no other way for our sins to be forgiven. So Friday comes, and Jesus is tried before Roman officials, and it's decided Jesus Christ is being crucified. So he is. He's mocked and flogged and stripped of his clothing, and he's nailed to the cross. And that's where he gives up his spirit. But before that, Jesus quotes Psalm 22:1, which is a psalm of lament, by saying, my God, why have you forsaken me?" This is a question born out of agony and abandonment. There's a book called Jesus is the Question by Martin Copenhaver, and it talks about this question from the cross. And this book probably offers my favorite picture of the gospel. It says that we as Christians are entangled by our sin. We're literally trapped in our sin and brokenness and darkness. And the only way for someone that is trapped to be set free is for the person that knows the way out to come in and get them, to pull them out and rescue them. And that is exactly what Jesus does for us. The death of Jesus, the darkest hour, literally the world was dark from noon until 3 that day, and darkness seemed to reign. But that was the time when Jesus stepped into our pain and our suffering and our darkness. He came into that. And God the Father literally looked away from his only Son so that he could look upon us. Jesus Christ, he shows us in that question, my God, why have you forsaken me? He shows us that he understands that feeling of being abandoned, or that feeling of being lost and forsaken. He understands us because he stepped into that darkness that we live in, and he pulled us out. And that is Good Friday.